hands of EVOS Legends. For EVOS, it's all flicker, so they're not really respecting the, I don't know, the pick of potential like you're saying, Shevin.
As we go into game number 1 for DEWA United versus EVOS Legends.
Wow, so much chaos earlier that we didn't even, I don't know if you guys noticed, but it's Lanaya here who's playing, not Ray. All right, we'll get another version of Lanaya playing. This time they will not first pick the Ling, and taking a look at the emblems, Arashi, anything you want to note down?
Well, Lanaya is definitely going for something a bit more aggressive right here. And for everyone else, I mean, Van Strong has the focusing mark, unlike what we saw from Bigatron, so that is already a bit of a plus in our eyes, probably. Along with that, Fluffy with the Quantum Charge. He will be a lot more maneuverable the same way we've seen, but he does not go for the sprint. He opts for more surprising playmaking tools like the Flicker. We'll see if that decision pays out later down the line.
Well, speaking of surprising, Arashi, it's Sutsujin with Impure Rage. This is a very, very strange emblem for a veteran. Usually you go for more of a chase build, chase emblem in that Quantum Charge, but I genuinely don't like this because as a veteran, I think you have just have to leave the damage dealing to your teammates, especially if you have a really good damage dealing EXP laner in Fluffy. So you just gotta trust them, man.
And for Pendragon, he also has the Impure Rage, but now Lanaya.
Whoa! Instantly bursted down. Sutsujin was able to just stop him, hold him back, and right from the back with an Astral Sphere, able to lock him down. Now Fluffy looking for some more. Onto K's, bringing him back with a knockout strike. A little bit of an invade going on here for EVOS Legends, but already you can see the pressure getting to Lanaya.
It's definitely a very difficult game, especially if you fall behind right here. A fighter against an assassin will always have a bit more of an advantage, so Lanaya will have to look for situations where he can get an advantage, like right now.
That's a phantom execution, no kill though. Meanwhile, Sutsujin stays objective, stays planted on the turtle, and it should be a free one unless Pendragon gets a miraculous steal. But no, it's the EVOS Arthur that has won this time.
Looks like the beauty for EVOS Legends is doing work. Van Strong with Fancy Fit there, evading all the puncture, evading all the damage coming in from Lanaya. Meanwhile, Sutsujin with an objective take, bronze!
Bouncing ball, locking him down, now an all-in as well. Hard guard used up. Not just yet though, it's still held on by Van Strong, as Juan is able to pop in that torn apart memory, and Van Strong just heals Mr. Brands back up. Good Astral Sphere to poke Watt down, so Sutsujin level 6, 1 level ahead of Lanaya.
Well, Brands was also able to get that gold buff after the engagement, and look at the mid lane roaming squad. It seems like EVOS, their squad is doing so much better, and that's part of their win conditions. So DEWA United is definitely feeling some kind of pressure, but talent predictions by the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5 and Z Flip seems like Shevin and Mirko are feeling kind of godly right now.
Oh, I believe in the blessings of the gods. And you know what? I like the draft better for DEWA United. This is for esports, especially that Kufra. It all depends on Leo Murphy to how to make things happen for his teammate, to make Watt and Keys pop up, and Lanaya too. And without a lot of proper crowd control from for Lanaya, I think it's gonna pop up.
Crowd control, I mean, that's always a very solid tool. But for EVOS Legends, I wonder if that's what they're trying to go for, right? There's no need to go for crowd control when you can force DEWA United into fights and force them to engage instead. With a Paquito and an Angela, they have so many tools to try and make plays macro-wise in the game. And with the Novaria, they can really deny DEWA United those pick-off potentials. They can spot out Leo Murphy later on. Look at Sutsujin and Fluffy, man. This duo, they're just relentless in the jungle of Lanaya.
Fast clearing junglers, that was the key to victory, and now for Sutsujin, it's literally what is giving him so much more space. Up, well, down in the bottom lane though, Watts able to just chunk this turret low, sieging it down with Brody. The Bruce Passion used up, Leo Murphy taking a few good shots at Sutsujin. Goes in for the taunt, instantly gets the respect he deserves. K's flickers out, Counter Revenge charged in by Leo Murphy, but it's not going to be used yet. I don't know if they want to go for this contest or not.
Look at the sustained difference here. Van Strong just healing Brands up so they can stay in the fight. For DEWA, there's only one member that can match the kind of sustain. It's only Pendragon, and he is absolutely late to the party.
Well, Lanaya is here. Revenge and the Rage used up with the hard guard. Saves him for a bit. Keys now with some burst, and it is enough to take him out. Pendragon takes his former teammate out. Well, not teammate. Fluffy was on Aura Fire. You're right. So they're not teammates. But Sutsujin definitely not happy with Pendragon here. Appraiser's Wrath comes down, but it's a bit off of its sweet spot. Pendragon gets out.
So it seems like it's still a very WAD-centric game plan here for DEWA United Esports, conceding some objectives just to get WAD some gold plating in the bot lane, and also some turret damage as well. So I would say this is a plus, but Fanstrong very, very aggressive. Look at, oh man, he's just camping on that push, but he's gonna get punished instantly.
It's a bait for the Tyrant's Revenge there, and now the torn apart memory fade away takes Fanstrong down. So Tsujin locking the enemy Arthur, his clone perhaps, Pendragon, but Pendragon doesn't like it, goes back in. Leo Murphy zoning Brands away. The turret in the bottom lane might just fall here with the amount of pressure that they have. So Tsujin still chasing Leo Murphy, a good Tyrant's Rage to delay it, and even a Revenge used in. So Tsujin unable to take the roamer down. A stolen hard guard kept him off course, and now Watt is able to zone Sutsujin away. DEWA United slowly but surely taking control of the game.
I think for DEWA, the way to victory isn't to just go for these fights. They have to try and make it macro-centric. And early on, we saw that Fluffy was able to just out-rotate, out-pressure Pendragon in the lane. But now, with the presence of Lanaya and the rest of the team, seems like DEWA United are getting a bit more in sync. And for EVOS Legends, that's a bad situation. They need Fluffy to make those aggressive plays. And look at the items. Already a Hunter Strike to ensure that he can go for these very aggressive plays later on. We'll see. Again, without the sprint, he won't be nearly as slippery when he's escaping. But with the flicker, maybe he'll find a moment to just burst Watt down or burst Lanaya down. But with the Wind of Nature, that could all be nullified. So timing is of the essence here.
Another objective take for EVOS Legends here. Do they want to concede this because Leo Murphy already got a good position, spot out.
Astral Echo beautifully done there. Leo Murphy would have been able to get a good catch onto Fanstrong if it wasn't for it. Wow, Bennett's Rage not connecting there. And even with the tie down, Pendragon is able to just escape.
Oh,
what happened in the back? Fluffy gets a solo out of nowhere. That's an advantage for EVOS Legends, who have now a man advantage to utilize for this Retry battle. 50-50. Oh, it's Lanaya! First hurdle for DEWA United. Pendragon gets traded in, and EVOS Legends, they get an equal trade, 1-for-1. Meanwhile, Watto, he's pushed in that top lane.
Oh man, oh my goodness.
Memory! What? My goodness, Brand's now walking in. You've gone a bit too far, Watt. You've been too much than you could chew. And that's a trade back. Definitely not worth it for Watt. Roamer traded in for gold lane.
The killer instinct is there. He's trying to do the Penny, but he doesn't see that instant backup coming in from EVOS Legends. Credit to them though. 4-man immediately punishes the flicker from WAD. And without the flicker, it's going to be harder for him to deal damage in the next team fight.
Well, that's the speed coming in from EVOS Legends. Always at the right place, faster than DEWA United. While Fluffy was able to get the surprise pickup using that flicker, by the way. We were talking about it paying off. It certainly did right there. Keys gets taken out. The bottom lane was shoved in by Fluffy as well. That results now in the turret for EVOS Legends, and this is how they need to play around. They need to use Fluffy, this Paquito pick that's been so notorious, so annoying, and use that as their advantage. Now they're playing on the mid lane as well. They get the pick up on Case.
Taunt coming in. Bennett's Rage. Oh, the prediction from Brands! Bennett's Rage across the wall. He knew where Case was going to go. Watt takes a turret up top. Tier 1 falling. Sutsujin versus Lanaya. Both using Retribution. Now it's laps Lanaya. Still able to dodge. Oh! Defensive execution out. Now it's a hard guard coming down. Torn apart memory. Unable to take Fluffy. Out. Right. Astral Sphere not connecting. Both teams once again disengaging. Taking it slow.
Mr. Brands, Mr. Jobran, with an actual bombastic play predicting the moves from Keys. And that is the key for EVOS to win on this game. He has to pop off. He has to get his confidence back. And EVOS is trying their best to do that.
Ooh, look at that. Astral Echo just exposing Leo Murphy. It seems like the only way for DEWA United to get a good fight is to use Leo Murphy and get a good engage off. Right now, Fanstrong, though, has the Necklace of Durance, so even Pendragon needs to be a bit more careful with his positioning.
Look at Fluffy, Arashi. Look at Fluffy. Look at where he is right now. So Sutsujin goes in. Watt able to flicker out. Sutsujin now caught in a bad spot, but Fluffy missed it! The hard guard comes through. Watt is still untouched right now, but Leo Murphy falls in the back. Not able to dish out enough damage. Lanaya with the Thorn Rose. Not connecting. 1-for-0. Leo Murphy down for nothing. EVOS with a big win.
Ooh.
Astral Sphere renders apathy.
No way.
Just out of range, barely. But what is this combination? Now an Astral Echo. Try to cancel it out. Fluffy with a knockout strike. Brands just dealing some damage, but Pendragon walks up. Brands forced to flicker out. No flicker on Brands. Lanaya still has a way in this team fight. Thorn Rose coming down. But EVOS Legends, they're still utilizing this Lord Dance. 50-50 on the board. Lanaya jumping with a puncture. Sutsujin holding on. One level ahead. Lanaya is now. Renner's Apathy connecting to Lanaya. Now Timer's Revenge on the back with a Phantom Execution. That's one kill out. DEWA United have outpaced EVOS Legends. They took it slow.
That's unfortunate for Fluffy, man. A bit too aggressive right there. EVOS Legends, they had Van Strong pushing on the EXP lane. Look at that wave about to crash. If they're able to delay it longer, it would have been beneficial for them, but Fluffy went in alone, just bursted down. There was no time for the hard guard to save his life. Right now, they're still dancing around it, and that's going to be a free turret for EVOS, I think. So overall, this macro style of EVOS is still paying dividends.
So far, Leo Murphy has been doing work, and he's doing it again!
Revenge and Rage, Phantom Execution, everything in a kitchen sink thrown at him! And Sutsujin will have to pay the price. Lanaya still has the Retribution. Bennett's Rage in the bottom lane, Leo Murphy gunned down! Lanaya picks up the Lord. DEWA United now on the run. Brandt is chasing them. Not enough to take them out. DEWA United finally have taken back control of the game. They have the gold lead in their pockets.
Wow, Leo Murphy making plays, man. It looks like EVOS want to force this. Fluffy's gonna get punished.
One hit from Lanaya. An Astral Sphere misses. What? DEWA United.
They're just barely surviving in the middle of all these fights, man. And then Fluffy needs to try and slow down here and be a bit more surprising. Earlier, whenever he goes in aggressively, people just get caught off guard. But now, they're just expecting him to go and make the first move again and again. He has a Bloodlust Axe, so if he just goes in and doesn't get bursted down instantly, he can actually do a healthy amount of damage as Watt is forced to flicker away from that.
Oh man, that was some fast reactions from Watts, but Sutsujin with the killer instinct on a Fredrin. You don't expect him to play like an assassin.
Oof. It's quite damage though. He's starting to ramp up. Lanaya gets chunked for a quarter of HP. And in theory, the longer the fight goes, the Lord Dance goes, EVOS Legends has a bit of an advantage here. So Fluffy really has no urgency to try and make these plays so early, so fast. They can just rely on Brands and try to slowly but surely whittle down the members of DEWA United before he goes in for a play. Presumably, preferably when Leo Murphy goes in, Fluffy just surprises the rest of the roster.
I think Fluffy has a problem that's called Angela Syndrome, but Pendragon getting delve on, still survive with a lot of resources already burned. This might be the green light for DEWA United to pull the trigger, but they're still gonna take it very, very slow.
Question, Arashi, big question. Looking at Lanaya's build here, usually we see War Axe to a Thunder Belt for utility Lancelot. For Taz, he went War Axe Hunter Strike. A lot of damage, Lancelots just go Hunter Strike first item, but Lanaya, he's going War Axe to Malefic Roar to Endless Battle.
It's going for a lot more of an aggressive build right here. And the Endless Battle is great against the tankier members because of the extra bit of true damage. And you can see that earlier Fluffy gets taken down by an empowered auto attack, but look at that damage!
Rage, oh what? Falls down, Appraiser's Wrath gets Sutsujin a bit more HP right now, so Lanaya is waiting for the right time to go back in. Now Brands chasing them down! It's a knock-up onto Brands, but he's still going in. Phantom Execution used up with a puncture. 3 members down. Oh, a flicker forward. K is able to escape this for a bit. Brands needs one more shot. Van Strong's diving in. A flicker from K's. And EVOS Legends take back control of the game.
Oof, what a play. And you can see, once for DEWA United, once Watt gets taken down, everyone just falls apart. So EVOS Legends, they can get that once, but can they do so again and again against all the crowd control, all the tanky members in the front? They have to position so well, but now they have control and the Lord has just spawned. They are the ones with the chance to try and go for a sneaky play, an ambush in the middle of the jungle.
Oh man. I think the fact that Lanaya is going full damage here is also contributed by the fact that he also has the hard guard from that Valentina from Keys. But the thing is, when you have also Watt to cover, which one would you go for?
I think Watt is a lot more important, but look at the waves, man. In the gold lane, EVOS Legends playing the macro game so good. It's going to be pushing down, and it's still being stalled. So the longer DEWA United delay this, the faster they have to react. Now Watt is rotating to try and clear that lane out. EVOS Legends will have this knowledge.
They sent Watts down below. their main source of damage. Leo Murphy getting chunked low. Lanaya, Thorn Rose used up. Pendragon now gone down. Taunted up, locked up. And DEWA United are down one member. A good Astral Sphere onto Lanaya. DEWA will have to concede this one. A free Lord over to EVOS Legends, and this time it's Luminous.
The Ice Queen one is too massive for Franstrong. The slow is just too much for Pendragon. Even with a sprint, the damage is still way too much from Brands. He already snowballed in this case. Already a lot of items. You can see here the item from Brands already. Hunter Strike.
So,
okay,
Man,
and also Husk Claws and Malefic.
you talk about brands snowballing
Already
with the
full
rose
item.
gold right now, by the way. So a lot more protection from keys if you just go for that big aggressive play. But for brands, his Renos Apathy is doing a lot of damage, but so is the Astral Sphere at this point. Right? If you can land one onto Watt or keys in the middle of a huge fight, that will throw off the calculations from DEWA so much. With the Lord coming in as well right now, EVOS Legends, this is a dangerous siege that DEWA United needs to try and stave off.
the rotations here for DEWA, I feel like, have just been the bane of their gold lead. Watts going to the gold lane. Was that the right move, Arashi? Usually you would expect the XP lane to be the ones dealing with those far waves. But now, nonetheless, it's EVOS Legends with a 4,000 gold lead and a charging Lord into their base. Base turret will most likely get taken down here. DEWA United have delegated to go into the mid lane and bottom lane. Good shots from Lanaya, but he misses a puncture. Now punished by Fluffy. No reset. Oh! Astral Sphere that could have taken his life, but he plays it well. Sidesteps out of it. They will, however, lose that base turret in the mid lane. Even the bottom lane, everything taken out. Leo Murphy goes in for the Tyrant's Revenge, but doesn't find anyone.
Now no control. Leo Murphy can't hide anywhere, especially with the Astral Echo. EVO's full HP bars are staying in the base. They want to try and go for an end, or at least take someone else down and get those death timers rolling yet again.
A bit one-dimensional is our thing, DEWA United Esports right now. It all lays to the back of Leo Murphy. If he can get a good catch, they're winning. But if they don't, like, the punish is instantaneous for EVOS Legends because they don't have anything working for them. There's no control, there's no CC from DEWA United Esports. All relies on damage. And when you have Angela on the opposing team and also Brandt with the Husk Claws, you're not going to be able to win a prolonged team fight.
Ooh, look at the
Brenner's
snipes.
Apathy.
What? Off half HP already. He can regenerate, so poke damage won't be nearly as effective. Oh, look at that, dude. He just came out after regenning, gets chunked by the other snipe. If they both land at the same time, that is Watt taken out. And the legend right here trying his best to match up to the king of marksmen, who is 6-0. And he is just outranged, outbursted. What can he do in this situation? He needs to wait for a big moment for Leo Murphy to try and find something in the middle of a Lord Dance, perhaps.
It's unfortunate. I think if this was if this were Claude, you know, if they actually get the Claude in the draft earlier, could have been a different game. But fortunately, it's banned. And so far, the anticipation towards Leo Murphy's engage has been miles better compared to the early game. There's no catch whatsoever in the last like 4 minutes because the only one in front is Sutsujin. It's Fluffy with a lot of dashes, with a lot of tankiness. Pride, Brandstrong, and Brandt just have to, you know, chill in the backline and doesn't worry about anything at all.
Wait, bottom lane gets pushed up. Lanaya is the one who they have sent down below? The jungler. And this has given EVOS Legends the green light to continue with the Lord. Now it's Fluffy versus Lanaya in the bottom lane. We don't get to see this, but there is a few recalls here. Even a Phantom Execution committed. And again, DEWA United, they concede the Lord. It's not Pendragon who's been clearing out these waves. Vanstrong gets the Lord for EVOS Legends.
Once again, this Paquito, man, makes that macro game an absolute nightmare. And to make things worse, for Pendragon, right? His passive, his regeneration, it ramps up after every hit. And against a Novaria and a Beatrix, right? These sources of damage all comes in one huge burst. So he isn't really regenning a lot in the middle of all those big fights. So Pendragon right here is just struggling to try and stay relevant somehow. He can't even move forward and zone Brands or Cry because he's just way too squishy. With the Lord coming in, EVOS make their move.
Pendragon's holding it down quite well though. Has the consecration, pops it in the back. Fluffy gets chunked quite low. Lanaya looking for another opening to go and burst down, but he gets taunted up now with the Thorn Rose. Able to escape. Brands gets taken a half HP. Regens back up, sustains back up. And wow, DEWA United with a brilliant defense. Menace Rage, ooh, Pendragon just eats that one up. As DEWA will be unfazed. They're still able to defend. Another wave coming down. And EVOS Legends, I don't think they're going to be able to clear and end this game.
Wow, that was a really great defense for a composition that doesn't really have, you know, a really great high ground potential, especially with Watu. He's not a wave-clearing marksman, but good point there, Rashi. Every time, even in that initial team fight, the stacks from Pendragon is just nowhere to be seen, and he has to pop the consecration just to get some stacks, just to get some more survivability to be able to tank some damage. We can see the items here already almost full item for a lot of people, except for the roamer.
Well, for Krite in particular, cooldown boots, enchanted talisman, he's going for as much poke as possible. But I personally like going for the glowing wand and the genius wand for a bit more damage output on the astral meteor. But he, knowing that he's up against a Uranus, up against a Kufra, right? He goes for that huge burst damage with the Clock of Destiny Lightning Trenching combo, straight to a Holy Crystal and even the Divine Glaive right now. So this Novaria is very much a late game hero, almost lands with the Astrosphere. DEWA United, they have to try and trap EVOS Legends, but at the same time, with all the scouting tools, all the random apathies, and the Astrospheres thrown into the bushes, they just have nowhere to hide. And EVOS Legends understand that. They're doing all this very much intentionally.
Now what do DEWA do, right? I mean, it just feels like they're turtling in their base, giving EVOS Legends a lot more space. This might be the chance to come back here. Leo Murphy needs to lock someone down. The Astral Echo. So much map control, and just like that, Sosujin knows. EVOS know what DEWA wanted to do. Lanaya is forced back, and EVOS Legends take back control 20 seconds before the Lord spawns, and this might be the final one. Pendragon gets caught, but it's Rage, and even the basic attack here from Nibiru. Now the bouncing ball to help him escape. Pendragon still able to evade for a bit, pops into Consecration. Sosujin taken low, Appraiser's Wrath coming up, but the Tournament Memory takes his immortality out. Now Leo Murphy with a Tyrant's Revenge. Pendragon at the back now. Watts dealing damage, given space. EVOS Legends have lost two. They've lost their core member in the Lord Takes. No jungler.
Oh man, sometimes people forgot that they're playing Uranus. If they don't have immortality, it doesn't matter whatsoever. He's just gonna heal up in no time. There's no point for going too aggressive with it, especially when you have a lot of punish potential in WAD. Also, Leo Murphy though, really good flicker towards the backline and the preferred target in Krite. Finally, one death for this mid laner.
I saw he had the flicker. I was waiting for it, man. I thought he was going to flicker with a Tyrant's Rage towards the back line in the middle of the jungle as well, but no. But now EVOS, they're still trying to go for it. Fluffy tries to zone the back line, and Brands makes an attempt.
Let's see, Retri has to be on point. Lanaya stays calm and collected. DEWA United, they have a ticket back in this game. They have a ticket to win it all.
Whew. EVOS Legends, though, they have a late game composition. They will be able to clear this Lord. It's only if DEWA United, knowing that there's going to be some kind of preemptive move to clear this Lord, to save as many talents as possible, they can try and use this as an opportunity, right? Because they know EVOS Legends, they can't hide around in the bushes anymore. With the Lord pushing in, someone at least needs to show up and deal with it. And DEWA United, they can use that chance to try and set up an ambush yet again. Everything is on the shoulders of Leo Murphy, and he has delivered about twice in this game. He needs to find a lot more.
Fluffy goes for a BOD. A very aggressive playstyle here, but maybe Kiss will get spot out.
Oh, Fluffy spawned out though, all alone. This might be bad. Fluffy is able to flicker out, but the chase comes through. Lanaya, 1v1. Fluffy's taken low. Lord up top, evolved. Still gonna be taken by EVOS Legends. There's no one from DEWA United to help him out, to help the Lord out. The Lord is gone, just like that. EVOS, Fluffy. Wow. It looked like a mistake, but it was all planned. Distraction here. They keep their base untouched.
What is up with Pakito users this day, man? Arashi just really good misdirection on every team fight. He knows that he has to kind of, get one away from the initial or the main team fight. And he does that. Perfect misdirection from Fluffy.
Look at Krite, though, he's going for that snipe, but Watt will be backing away. And this is what they're doing, man. The macro play from EVOS is so much more calculated, including Fluffy's aggression. In the early game, he was a bit too overzealous. He keeps going in and getting picked off first. But in those situations, if you find a Paquito behind you, who has a BOD, by the way, that's dangerous. But look at Leo Murphy.
Again, Sutsujin walks a bit too far. Now the Torn Apart Memory takes his life.
way.
Oh, Sutsujin! He's able to escape. Oh, it's an Astral Sphere from downtown. Lanaya with a good Thorn Rose. But Leo Murphy does not have that immortality. And EVOS Legends, again, are able to pace down the team fight to a point where they have won a team fight. They didn't take anyone down, but the fact that they were able to push DEWA United back with Sutsujin at super low critical HP is already impressive.
It's a dangerous game that Sutsujin is playing, though. If he gets taken out right there, the death timers at this point, it's going to be way too difficult. And this is the question. The longer the game goes, the more pickoffs have value. For DEWA United, they have an assassin. For EVOS, it's a fighter, but a lot of range. Leo Murphy goes in, but he doesn't land.
Gets chunked. Sutsujin as well in the front. Nibiru going to be used up. Oh, with the taunt as well. Pendragon taken low. Now with a Torn Apart Memory. Sutsujin. Ooh. Astral Sphere from Krite. Pendragon regenning. Lanaya running for the hills. 9 seconds for the Lord. And EVOS Legends, they've won a resource battle.
Man, put yourself in the shoes of Leo Murphy right here. You don't get an engage, your team can get taken apart. There must be so much pressure on the shoulders right here, but this man cannot afford to make a mistake. With the Lord being contested, with Fluffy once again positioning in such an elusive manner on the other side of the map. You can see quite even positioning so aggressively. He gets spotted though. Leo Murphy, in the face of Fluffy, will be pushed away.
Everything is on EVOS's advantage. The Lord positioning, the wave clear. All of the turrets already taken down, both mid, top, and bottom. What's left for them is just to execute this properly and try to get some room for Sutsujin and zone Lanaya away, because this is Lanaya we're talking about. Landslot user, a really good Landslot user in fact. And he has the Thorn Rose combined with the Retribution. It's gonna be hard for him, or gonna be hard for EVOS to be able to contest that 50-50.
For DEWA, they have to try and be a bit more crafty right here. Every single fight has been a front to back, and against a team with a Beatrix and a Novaria, a side flank might be beneficial. They see Fluffy on the left right here. There's a chance that Leo Murphy goes for a conceal, goes from the side maybe. The Lord is at a quarter of HP, and I think DEWA United, if they want to make a play, this is it. This is the time. But Leo Murphy gets scouted away once again. That Astral Echo.
3-man, revealing 3 people. Van Strong just walks up, understanding there's no threat that Leo Murphy can provide. Watt gets chunked low by an Astral Sphere, and Brands is still holding on to that Venice Rage to combo it together. Lanaya zone away, Venice Rage used up, Pendragon is still full HP. Leo Murphy coming back in. They're looking for an engage now with KAs. Micromanage the waves. Leo Murphy going to be caught in the taunt right now, but Pendragon is still there. Reset. Whew. The Lord Dance continues. 27 minutes in, and Kaze is sent back now. EVOS Legends have a way back in onto Lord. They still decide to commit onto Pendragon. Torn Apart Memory going to be used up to chunk Brands. Lanaya dodges away from the Astral Sphere with a Thorn Rose. Gets the orange buff. Lord taking a half HP. Mid lane and top lane cleared out. Micromanage. Venice Rage coming down. Lanaya. Oh, he goes in with a phantom execution. Hard guard thrown away. Watt doesn't have the Thorn Rose, so Sutsujin stops him from going in. Fluffy is able to escape now. The Knockout Strike bringing Pendragon back. Watt able to dodge away from the Astral Sphere. And EVOS Legends and DEWA, no members have fallen.
Look at Krite though. Going with the Astral Sphere. He will not get a pick off. He hits on Lanaya. But once again, the sustain difference. Look at that. Van Strong is just healing everyone up. And Pendragon, the lone member, allowed to try and make something happen right here, along with Keys.
Again, EVOS Legends now fully committing. K's getting taken low. Pendragon in the midst right now. Brand secures it for the team. Leo Murphy with a bouncing ball. Sutsujin taken low. Watt still able to get one more hit right there for the immortality. Pendragon still surviving. But DEWA United, they decide to fall back. They do not want to go for the team fight. And maybe this might be it. Evolve Lord in the mid lane marching down. But wait, DEWA United, they have not given EVOS Legends an opening to slow this tempo down. They will have the advantage of clearing one wave at a time.
The discipline from EVOS Legends is off the charts, but right now Pendragon's gonna get punished!
Immortality gonna be popping the front side right now with the Meteor's Passion, and even an Astral Meteor! 4v5, Torn Apart Memory used up, Evolve Lord in the mid lane. EVOS Legends looking for the chance to end the game. Sutsujin zoning away, K's in the back, dealing damage, trying to buy some time. Fluffy hitting on the base, and Brands follows through. The Tigers strike first. Game 1 for EVOS Legends.
The name of the game is discipline for